Hi, scholars. If you're watching this out of order, today's Workout Wednesday. So Miss Polino's in her workout gear. Send pictures of yourself in workout gear and put it on Padlet. So I put that link on Class Dojo, and if you click on the Padlet link, all of the Hanson Huskies have put on their workout gear pictures, their pictures from yesterday, Tropical Tuesday, and pictures from Monday, which was a red, white, and blue day. So I can't wait to see your photos on Padlet. I'm checking every day. And I need to put my photos on Padlet too. I keep forgetting, but I'm going to do it. I'm going to do it today. Okay, so we are now in our math video. We just did a reading video on the shared readers. How many ways can you move? And which is kind of funny. I just realized how many ways can you move, and we're talking about motion, which is we're reading, but it's Workout Wednesday, so we're moving all the time. Okay, for math, we're learning all about how to classify and sort data. So remember, the first way we learned to sort was by color. So we did, in a table, we sorted by reds and by greens. And remember, we said it didn't really matter what the shape was because all we were worried about was the color. That was the first day. So look, square, square, rectangle, triangle, but they're all red, and we're sorting by color. Right? On this side, a hexagon, a triangle, a circle, they're not the same shape, but they're all green, and we were sorting by color. Yesterday, we learned how to sort by shapes. So, circle, all the circles went in, even if they were different colors, because we weren't worried about colors yesterday. Yesterday, we were worried about the shape. So, circles, they're all circles, doesn't matter the color. Triangles, all triangles, doesn't matter the color. Squares, all squares, didn't matter the color. Rectangles, both are rectangles, didn't matter the color. So we've learned how to sort by color, and we've learned how to sort by shape. Today, we're going to learn how to sort by size, and we'll talk about that in 1 second. So to prep for your lesson, you need your Go Math workbooks and a pencil for now. If we need crayons, I guess we'll get them later. Sometimes we need crayons, sometimes we don't really know. We'll see. Okay, so we're going to classify and count by size. So we're classifying, we're determining the size, we're going to sort them, and then we're going to count them. Okay, so we're going to review what sizes are. What are sizes? I think you know sizes, but we're going to review. I see 2 jars. Do you see 2 jars? This jar here and this jar here. They look the same. They both have this really cute pink flower top and they're blue. But what's different between the jars? One is big and one is small. Let's look at the word big. B-ig. 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 Big. Big. Let's look at this word small. All. Small. Small. So big and small, those are sizes. If Miss Paulino was standing right next to you, Miss Paulino is big and you are small. Let's take a look at shapes. So right here, I see 2 triangles. I see a yellow triangle and a blue triangle. They're both triangles, correct? Okay, so they're both triangles, but this one's yellow and this one's blue. But we're not talking about colors. We're talking about sizes. So what's the difference between this one? The yellow triangle is big and the blue triangle is small. Good. Let's look at these 2 squares here. I see 2 squares. One's red and one's green. But we're not talking about color today. We're talking about sizes. So the red triangle is big and the green square. The red square is big and the green square is small. Very good. That was another teacher. I'll call her in a second. Okay. Now we see our table that we've been looking at. And on this side, it says big, and on this side of the table, it says small. So we're going to sort and classify shapes in a table like this. So let's look at the big side. All the big shapes are going to go here, And over here on the small side, all the small shapes are going to go here. Okay, so let's look at the big side. I see a big circle. Let's look at the small side. That's a small circle. If I look at the two circles together, this one's big and this one is small. So that's why we sorted it like this. Let's check out a triangle. That looks like a big triangle, and that one's small. If I was looking at the two triangles, it doesn't matter what color they are. We're not talking about color, right? But if I'm looking at the two triangles, I see that this triangle's small, so I put it on the small side, and this triangle's big. Let's look at that square. It's a pretty big square. It's on the big side, and this square's small. That's why it's on the small side. And last, we'll look at this rectangle. I see a big rectangle on this side, and a small rectangle will go here. All these shapes are big, and all these shapes on this side are small. So let's practice. Sort the shapes by size. We're not talking about color. We're not talking about shapes. We're talking about size, big and small. So, look at the shapes. What do you see? So I'm looking at the table first. This side of the table I see big. This side I see small. Let's sort the shapes by size. Okay, so I'm going to look at the circles first. So I'm going to look at these two circles. I see these two circles here. Which one's big? The green one. So I'm going to put the green one here. And which one's small? That one. Let's look at the triangles next. Here are two triangles. Which one's big? The yellow one. So I'm going to put it on the side that says big. And then which one's small? The red one. Let's look at these squares next. I see these two squares. Which one's small? The yellow one. Which one's big? The blue one. And I also see two rectangles. Which one's small? The green one goes on the small side, and I see a red one. We'll put it on the big side. Oops, it has to go over the other ones. Good, so we sorted by big and small. And now let's count. Let's see how many big ones we have. Ready? How many big shapes? 1, 2, 3, 4. Oops, where did my pen go? I have 4 big shapes, and how many small? 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 4 small shapes. So 4 big and 4 small. It's the same number. They must be equal. Okay, go ahead and open your Go Math workbooks, and you should open to a page that looks like this. It's blue. We had a post-it and bookmark on it, page 505. And it's called
Algebra. Classify and count by size. Essential question. How can you classify and count objects by size?
So we classify objects by size by using the words big and small, and then we count them by counting, just like what we did. So we have two sides of the table. This side says
big.
Big starts with the B, and this side says
small.
Small starts with an S. So usually we'd have a handful of shapes and we drop them and we'd sort the shapes like we've done in class before. But since we're not together, we're going to draw the shapes. So take a pencil and let's draw, we're going to draw circles first. I want a big circle this side and a small circle on this side. So I'm making a big circle here and a small circle here. I make sure my big goes on the side that says big and starts with a B. I make sure my small goes on the side that says small and starts with an S. Okay, next one we're doing is a triangle. So now I want a big triangle on the big side and a little triangle or a small triangle on the small side. Here we go. Triangle, that looks big. Triangle, that's small. Let's do one more shape. I want squares on both sides. So can you draw me a big square and a small square? 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Nice job. All right, let's go ahead and flip to the next page. Take your Post-it or your bookmark with you. Good job. If you have shapes at home, you could use your shapes and then sort them. All right, we're going to draw some arrows because we do not have shapes with us. On this side, be careful because look at the words. They switch spots. This side says
small.
Ooh, so now the small shapes go on this side and
big.
The big shapes go on this side. Okay, so find red apple number 1. I see all the shapes here and I see our new table, but this side says small and this side says big. So we're going to draw arrows and I'm going to look. Okay, let's find our triangles first. I see this triangle here and this triangle here. Which one is small? The green one, so let's draw it here. And this one is big. Remember, big's on this side now. Let's take a look at our rectangles. So I see one here, and one here. This blue one is big, and the 2 red ones are pretty small. So I'm going to draw a line to small. And I know this kind of looks crazy right now, but we're doing our best because we don't have shapes. Okay, let's look at this circle. I think the circle's pretty big. I'm going to put it here. I don't see any other circles. And what about the square? I say the square is pretty big. Good job. And I know this kind of looks crazy, but just try your best. It does. I'm getting lost just looking at it. All right, keep your arrows or your lines. Let's flip to the next page. If you used shapes that you had at home and you sorted them, take a picture and put it on Dojo Portfolio. I'd love to see how you did that. All right, flipping over, we're going to skip this page because I had to erase it. So just like we've been doing, all it was doing was counting, and I believe that you know your counting very well. I'm sorry we had to skip this page. But if you want to do it at home and try using your arrows, you could do that too. And all you're doing is counting. So for this one here, yellow sun number 2, where it says 3, you are counting or circle the category that has 3 per category. So the ones that have 3, and then the ones that had 4 in that category. But if you don't know what to do, just skip it with Miss Paulino because I had to erase the last page. Okay, let's go ahead and put your Post-it or your bookmark on this page here. If you want, you may do this right now with mom or dad. Have them go over the directions with you. This is just a checkpoint to make sure that you understand. So it's just one page, and you're going to do numbers 1, 2, and 3. Directions are at the bottom. So this is optional. You can do it if you'd like. But if not, you could put your Post-it on the next page, which is this page here, for our lesson tomorrow. And that's it for math. Okay, make sure you watched our How Many Ways You Can Move shared readers, and you put your pictures of your workout gear on Padlet. And I will see you in tomorrow's video. Bye. Miss you. And Friday, Zoom call, brunch with Miss Paulino. See you then. Bye.